Good morning, mini lads out here, and it's been late since that I just cannot believe. Welcome back to Wayfort Driving Empire, and I might having something a little bit surprise for them. And most likely, we still need to keep on fixing this. Anyways, let's the time cycle is gonna be day, and I should be refused to stay anything. It's gonna be for a party cloudy as unlikely this thing as well. We're not doing for the cycle ones, and probably it's absolutely going to be going for the following, and might able to be affects some kind of and a little bit of graphics as well. We have anything that's going to be using for the miles per hour. Let's based on auto. I think we're just going to be saying for miles per hour anyway. So we're back onto this only one moment, and sometimes it's gonna be literally loads anything. It's gonna be very possible. I hear the Lamborghini starting, and would you think that must be the replacement? So I eventually lost millions of dollars in cash around here, and before that wasn't gonna be making to do those. So we're gonna be having for a various surprise, and would you really think I got it on my side? Wait, the engine start sounds pretty a little bit weird. So that must be the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. You might be able to see for this for a high rev as well. We're going to be reaching all the way to the top and has a V12. And let's see the rev. It's a little bit quiet. And why it's so very quiet. It's about the Hot Wheels vehicle or the Grand Theft Auto vehicle. So the Grupo X24 looked like this, and would you probably think it was the AMR Pro as well. We're gonna be finishing about for this races, and today we're going for about for any of these races and about the new turbo. We're not doing for such as any racing for just like this one, because the turbo race has been went out of this nowhere. So looks like we got for any of these new races, but looks like it's time to make some other kinds of races. Starting in the rush hour or the drag race, we're gonna be teleport instead of trying to make to do so. As anyways, there is the SSC to Atara, but unfortunately I do not upgrade this vehicle any since. So looks like we're gonna be making for this one time, and we're battling to this out. So I would be pretend it must be the Le Mans hypercar, and versus something is literally. And one thing, let's see for about for this slowest acceleration, and he has superchargers anyways. So 0 to 60 is absolutely quietly quick. And most likely, the SSC to Atara wins. It's absolutely for the soap. It's absolutely for the one thing for breakfast. So, the idle sound sounds like a jet engine. We need to find itself for many more races to do so. But perhaps we're gonna be doing for a Sandy Shores race, and I wouldn't be able to get for around here. So what is my task? 4 exhibition races, drive 15 miles, but I currently have for a 7,000. I cannot believe the races is not starting as well. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to spawn any cars. She's mad about Monster Speeder, or anybody is really mad about Monster Speeder. So we're gonna be making the lap times as the rush hour, and I won't be able to complete the race. So the rush hour race that I will be doing for this right now, even because of this only one trust as well. So it's not the JB champion. This must be the Aston Martin for one thing as well. So I'm pretty wanted to guess that the Aston Martin Victor that I just completely to play 5 minutes all over it itself for just very one thing. So let's just gonna be making up for the one task in drag races. Draw a bridge under 1 minute and 30 seconds, and perhaps that doesn't gonna be literally me to do so. It ends in 5 days, and we have reset it into 2 as well. We cannot able to get upgraded anything as possible. Complete a race with any friend, and perhaps that doesn't gonna be complete everything what is gonna be going on. So let's complete anything for drag races, must be able to do so. But what we just tried to say, time trial with some other kinds of street races. Now, we do not mind to do so. Let's get on towards into the circuit race. Or nothing, it wasn't gonna be literally to do. Anyways, let's get right here to the cross-country race. And because the lap time isn't going to be such as easy. So, once that I just finished in a couple of 3 minutes and 22 seconds. But this is what I actually wanted to do, is the cross-country race, the challenge, and the time trial isn't look like to be to do so. I won't be able to change anything, it's gonna be for expeditions as well, so I'll need to wait a friend. If I just absolutely, that you leave a like and subscribe, that you already upload this video in the back for this car. But anyways, that turns into a midnight club. Anyways, we shouldn't be able to get for around 4 upgrades of this vehicle. So perhaps, well, I have unlocked it for sure for $50,000 in cash, which is eventually upgraded without using for some kind of license plate. So these were the same places to do that I won't be able to get cost around for many more of these things. So we have any more of these things in Ultimate Driving, there must be some kind of a license plates available around here, and because that is just actually copied like Ultimate Driving, so the current license plate is look like this thing as well. So the rim of the paints isn't look like just thing as well. So this is perhaps like any of these things as well. So we just eventually upgraded into the carbon fiber, but looks like for a to the rookie for using of this vehicle. Just pretend it must be some kind of a to the rookie as well. And what about the chum is absolutely going to be using for 1 reflections as well. I don't have anything of these difficult as well, so we don't need to put something anything as possible, and we have always primary color. Looks like we just eventually updated anything as well, and without returning to the old-fashioned vehicle just like that. So the engine performance of the suspension, that can cost around for many of these things. You might doing this for something kind of a low or refreshing for this one. So the rear camber isn't going to be that easy. Nope, I won't be able to get light here for somewhere. So that's why I don't able to get cheats as well. I will be refreshing anything I've said as well. So I'll be racing with any of these guys as well. So we'll not see the chat filter anytime as well, and making more unfun things like itself. But to do this, and looks like it's gonna be lowered about for the vehicle. So I'll beat the tuner cars. I have this only one thing, and we're blasting all the way into 300 mile per hour race. So I wasn't gonna be expected to do this, but what if I'll be completing in a mini map as well. Now I'll be the first one, and most likely how many times that I just complete the Nitrox blasted all the way down. He eventually left, and looks like we just finished around for its 9 seconds. Looks like somebody didn't absolutely finish against his left to do so. But I have to need upgrades of this vehicle, and what I just possibly we needed to do so. Let's just go back. Something is literally going to be cheating going on. Let's just refresh, default everything, is about to go and happen. So we're gonna be raise the height and absolutely rear wheel offset as well. So I'll be changing for the default, as it looks like the all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive isn't going to be that much longer. So the supercharged, that can cost for 100,000. Looks like everything is going to be making for about 300 miles per hour, and I'm not very sure this isn't going to be to do this. This is taking for so much slower, 270 miles per hour, which means extremely slow and very disappointed. Now, before that, I just literally gonna be going for a long boost and Titan boost as well. We're going for the cross-country race, and we're making to this for a top speed first. So, but first, we're gonna be going for a top speed first. And anyways, nobody is absolutely going for a race, except I did. 300 mile per hour vehicles only for the time trial itself, which requires SSC to Atara. It feels like I'm in a desperate moment anyways, because we're starting in just a race, and it will be taking for about oh dear, we don't ever try to trust around here. So the race isn't start, but looks like let's just try for the highway race and see the top speed earlier. Now, we're gonna be trying to test around for its time trial. We're gonna be upgrading of this thing, and we're not going to pull the doors out. It feels so quiet, and we're about to ready to go, and not beyond for this thing. Let's put on for the camera mode on for just as well. So I do not believe this isn't exactly what is going on, and it started to get a little bit lag is going on. 255 miles per hour finally. This is going to be slightly not faster than a Bugatti Veyron. So because of the wind speed is literally making itself for a very hard time, let's up time the Nitrox. 282 miles per hour, 35 seconds. Which means I'm not so fast, because this is literally going to be a failure as well. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to be racing in around the second race test. So, and against some kind of a little bit run pro things, is we have two drivers, and before that doesn't matter, please don't leave the circle beyond for its first race. Now, we're starting it against the race, and perhaps that doesn't gonna be literally try to do so. Let's use, and we gonna be using for the manual transmission. Anyways, inside the interior, there must be a Formula 1. I think there must be some kind of a Formula 1 like these reference, and I would be able to probably to do so. And it's just like the interior view is gonna be the Formula 1 driver. The LMDH driver is literally it's gonna be very fast. Whatever we try to do. In the next season of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, that should be able to release of at least one. And I shouldn't be able to get around for the outside world. And I would be able to continually try to beat this my best. So I'm using the indicators, and perhaps something is going to be going to turn on the lights, and I would be able to probably to do so. I'm going to be slightly faster. That must be the part of the big battle. Switching to automatic transmission. He almost left. It's been right behind him since. Missed the checkpoint. Now, it's gonna be something a little bit loose is going on out here. So, I won't be gonna be very best at my champion, so I should be refused to turn off the headlights off. And looks like we're gonna be continuing to go and blasting all the way into the Uptime Nitrox update around here. So, looks like, oh dear, that must be one Zagato here. So the Zenvo TSRS is going to be took around for its one lead and blasted all the way into its 255, and it won't be able to see him behind around as well. If the TR1S isn't gonna be literally to take the pole position back and refuse to win, I guess, will not end up in second position, as I'm trying to win in 314.791. As we just gonna be completely making us for it's not going to be in the last place, whatever. Now, the last thing it is, we're trying to end up this video. It's not just the final, but before we're making off to this one reference, I may try to beat him, and it absolutely handles everything it goes. Now we slightly missed a checkpoint, and I just literally did a mistake until the Zenvo TSRS is still right behind. I think we just failed for under 3 minutes and 21 seconds around here, and last 22 seconds to go before I just eventually failed. I can hear a muscle car around up here. Hearing a little bit slowly loud as we came from. I'm refused to get around for this new record, but unfortunately that's slightly gonna be paid off that mess around here, so it's eventually too late and blasted all the way to around here, 3 minutes and 27, because that was slightly failed around to do this. I think we'll slightly end of this video. If that TSRS is gonna be taking in second place, finally, $45,000 in itself for finishing with his only one friend. Almost 15,000 miles, and we're gonna be getting around here to the Sophia Bay. We're gonna be claiming all as almost 30 minutes of playtime as well. One more race, but unfortunately, well then, that must be some kind of a really weird glitchy vehicle around here. Just in case around here, that since I just going to be finishing in under 1 minute and 30 seconds, I think this is going to be the last part until we're going to be end of this video. So, because of my car is literally quiet, now I'm making sure we're going to be going inside, and we're going. If the car goes on glitched all the way, that put me into second place as well. I'm never very sure. It's not recommended that we're going to be using ramps. Whatever. It's not going to be making on time. What it is, 255 miles per hour. Now, let's making for a shift all the way to pace and get all the way to 300 miles per hour and a blast over. Not over here, that may just eventually going on left side of the road. Asian had just taken over. No, Americans want it. And because of these roads, we're slightly going to be completed 15 miles. I absolutely driven. So, looks like we have for our task done. We're still in first until that puts me into second of that sudden glitch. I wonder that doesn't get to be paid off of that glitch as well. Over 1 minute and 10 seconds isn't going to be that quick. Now, I slightly making sure that the race isn't going to be just like that. Before that isn't going to be very quick. If since I'm going to be right behind him, and he eventually DNF. I think that is going to be the end of this video. 256 miles per hour, 1 minute and 20 seconds, and that should be our world record. So, what car is this? Is perhaps I really look like this one. So, it was not the Aston Martin Valkyrie as well, the AMR Pro. So, what the last thing we need to do? Let's get right here to the cross country and made itself for the final. The final race should be the cross country. And what do he just try is the DNF. Now, we should be able to change the appearance into somewhere the green, as we're informed as anyways. It's just gonna be for the white creme. And I have to change appearance as well. That is since I bought for one thing overall. I just completed that I just purchased here for the mobile customization. The next thing it is, I'm going for a dark green and change itself on the paint rims as darker itself. So this is most likely for the AMR Pro. And versus the Hennessy Venom as 270 miles per hour. I would probably think this is not going to be such a hurry. And would you probably that she hates? And likely we never able to say. She doesn't like to race with me because I am track focused. And what I just gonna be try. Since the last race is going for many like these things as well, so I may be to do. I hear gunshots as well. And but look at this. There is one limited Koenigsegg and a roaring sound of this monstrosity as well. So we're gonna be completing around for this exhibition as well. And I just literally try to make this out. The start has literally a failure. But most of all, it reaches all over to 270 miles per hour. So I cannot believe this isn't likely I say. We're making anything, it's gonna be a world record. A failure of these world record isn't going to be that easy. Let's make the world record with. I really don't think so. But only like this thing is an Aston Martin Valkyrie Turbo. It's not a turbo, it's an AMR Pro. So currently in second place. And I'm refused to get around for the pole position. Since Albanian police chase around for the against the South Asians. Because I really hate to say, South Asians isn't going to be just like I don't want. Which is contains around for a bit. I have nothing to do. We get able to try to beat this best while using nitrox, and we're gonna be hitting around for the off-road. I'll see you in Spain, lads. The stream spoats, and that is absolutely that I can believe we survived. So the lap time record isn't going to be that much nicer. Since I never hear this close, because of the Koenigsegg had just taken the lead a while ago, taking for this a while to lead its way into the limited edition Koenigsegg Gera. It's not gonna be for off sale like this one, so it's completely try to do. But anyways, we're gonna be blasting all the way to 255, which is the top speed is gonna be the 257, 282 miles an hour, and that is absolutely for a new top speed. Now it's 2 minutes time. We slightly gonna be making itself for on time it was. I'll be still gonna be going for so good. It's not an Asian server around here for just yet. I'm just going to be completing it against under 3 minutes. Now I'm probably what you look like. It's gonna be under selection as well. And slightly hit it towards into the camera as well. And I won't be able to get around for many more like these times. So we're slightly off time. So the final results isn't going to be for just a lucky win. Under 3 minutes it was. And take it at a short blast. I won't be able to say 3:14.7 because that was slightly a failure. Now going on all the way to the top, as we cannot able to believe that we're finishing for just yet. And it's been a little bit quiet for since. I have fulfilled the one thing. I can see the Koenigsegg all the way to the top, but not him. Oh, he's coming down, or she is. So we're eventually too late. and it's not gonna be for a top speed priority as well. Still not gonna be good as well. The Koenigsegg Gera RS Roadster wins at 2 minutes and 55 and 3:25. That was a very unexpected as well. So it goes to the end of this video, as anyways, it's been over 20 minutes since, and that is all. We cannot believe that we're going for a straight win. Respawning, I guess, that is all for just that I want, and I'm feel so confused for under 3 minutes. So thanks for watching and for all your supporters. Literally that I just got for the Aston Martin Valkyrie Turbo or something is other kinds of supercars like this. And let me know down in the comments if this car is actually really not real, as anyways. And I hope you see you all the way for next time, and that has been taking for many hours of making of this video. When I just find out, I would rather say that wasn't gonna be pretty nothing as well. So leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Wayfort Driving Empire is gonna be linked in the description before it's taken down. That any changes is gonna be took forever, and anyways, so I will be signing off, and I'll talk to you street racing geeks and mini lads all later.